Welcome back to Let's Play Zoids Battle Legends. This time we're up against the fourth battle, and we have to go against Van and Fiona in their adult forms, with their Blade Liger, and Irvine with his signature Command Wolf. So, we have the exact characters that we're using, but with different Zoids. So, the Lightning Strike should be good enough to take them on. I'm going to go ahead and save real quick. As I said before, the Blade Liger is my favorite Zoid of all time, and I'll definitely be picking one up soon as I get enough money. The only thing that's kind of annoying about this battle is it takes place in this little canyon here, and you do not have a lot of room to maneuver, which is pretty bad considering that you have the Blade Liger, which specializes in close quarters combat with its blades and its shield and its ferocious melee attack. It's just really dangerous at short range. And then we got the enemy Command Wolf here with the long-range rifle, similar to ours, except this one is a little bit more powerful. So ours is basically just a stock Command Wolf with a long-range rifle. This one is, I think, a little bit, has a slightly better stats. Okay, here comes the Blade Liger, which is a stock Blade Liger, and it only has two weapons. It has an underbarrel shot cannon, similar to the Shield Liger, but a lot better. I think it's a lot better anyway. And I never really use it, and it's got the blades, of course, but it also has a shield, and it's a lot tougher than the Shield Liger. For those of you who don't know, the Blade Liger is basically an evolved form of the Shield Liger. Not really sure how that occurs, but dang, these Command Wolves are tearing each other up. The long-range rifle is actually a lot better than I thought it was. But yeah, wow, both of them are already almost dead. That didn't take too long at all. Yeah, that shield is really saving his life there. Yeah. That was really not much of a challenge at all. I thought that was going to be a lot worse than it was, but that went pretty well. Yeah, we got a decent amount of points for that. Like I said before, the Lightning Strike has a ridiculously powerful weapon, so we don't really need to worry about close quarters enemies, and we can deal with them from afar. Alright, fifth battle is against Rob Herman and Irvine with their Gojuluses. And Irvine now has his own signature Gojulus, which I don't believe he actually had his own Gojulus in the anime. But whatever, he has one that's a different color and has slightly different stats, I think. But I think they have the same weapons. Let's see, we have just barely enough money to afford the Blade Liger that I want. The one that I want is technically like the top of the line Blade Liger. It's the Blade Liger Mirage, the red and white one, which is it doesn't have quite as good stats as Leon's Blade Liger, but it comes with attack boosters, so I might as well. Because Leon's is more expensive, and I'd have to buy the attack boosters separately, so I don't want to go too excessive, but I guess I'll have to buy that after the next mission here, the next battle challenge thing. See, another thing about this battle is you start out with one Gojulus on one side of you and the other one on the other side of you, so it's like you really don't have a lot of room to maneuver. You're already in sort of a pincer attack with these Gojuluses here. Ha! Oh, never mind. I was going to say I thought his ally shot him, but it was actually my Command Wolf with the long-range rifle stunned him. Yeah, as you can see, the annoying part about this battle is they turn invisible sometimes, and I'm not sure if that's actually a stock feature of the Gojulus, because I never really used it. But if it's not a stock feature, then that means this is technically these are both aftermarket Gojuluses, which kind of breaks my whole rule of, oh, in the tournament mode, they're all stock Zoids. But anyway, basically what I'm going to be doing is focusing on one at a time, and as soon as that one turns invisible, then get some distance between it, and just keep trying to target something until one of them appears again, and then target that one and focus on that one. Because sometimes they'll be both invisible at the same time, but luckily they won't attack you very much when they're invisible, but you still really want to keep your distance, because if they do start to attack you, there's really nothing you can do at all. But luckily these guys are big targets, so even if they are invisible, we can just sort of spray and pray with our little Vulcan gun and see what that does. Yeah, but This Gojulus is pretty much stock. It doesn't really have that many great weapons, so It's not really that much of a threat, to be honest. We're pretty much just going to take it down pretty easily. There we go. Neither me or my allies taking any real damage so far. Wow, that our wimpy little stock command wolf with the long-range rifle has taken out this Gojulus by more than half. That's pretty good. Like I said, I really have underestimated the long-range rifle. It's just not as good as the dual sniper rifle on the Liger Zero. That's why I didn't use it in the Empire campaign against the Seismosaurus. But anyway, as you can see, I'm using the Vulcan cannon here to try to hit him while he's invisible, and that's going pretty well. Crap. Don't want to get hung up on those buildings here, because like I said, this game doesn't have exactly the best collision detection when it comes to the getting clipped up on the buildings. But whatever. Like I said, it's far from a great game, but I find it to be very much fun, considering I'm a fan of the anime. Well, there really wasn't a whole lot to say about that. That really wasn't much of a challenge at all. The Lightning Sykes is just annihilating this tournament. Probably in the New Century Zero tournament, I'll show off one of my older save files so I can show off a different Zoid every battle. Because in theory, you could use this one Lightning Sykes and defeat all 3 tournaments with that. And I would do that for the sake of the challenge. Beat all 3 tournaments with this one Lightning Sykes, but I want to show off all the other great Zoids in this game. So next battle is against Thomas Shoebolts and Carl Shoebolts, the 2 Imperial brothers, and their D-Bison and Iron Kong, which is the Zoids they more properly have in the anime. I don't recall Carl Shoebolts having a Zaberfang like he did in the previous fight with him. So now that I have enough money, I'm going to go ahead and buy the Blade Liger Mirage. I actually have enough money to buy the Liger Zero right now if I wanted to, but I don't really. But I'll demonstrate the Liger Zero a little bit more in all of its upgraded forms in the next couple tournaments. All right, so that's the Blade Liger Mirage. As you can see, it has it's white and red. We could change the color if we wanted to. I want to buy missile pod for it because it has another slot for missiles, but it doesn't come with them. In fact, none of the Blade Ligers actually come with missiles. You have to buy them separately. So I'm going to do that real quick. Go ahead and change the color of the attack boosters here since they come stock as blue. Let's see. Debating whether or not I should have them as red or white, because either one will go good with the way the Mirage is right now. I think I'll have them as red, because there's not a lot of red on this thing. It's sort of the inverted color scheme of the Blade Liger, which all the white was red and all the red was white. Okay, I also want to get a booster for this thing, because the blades really benefit from the boosters. As much as in the anime, the Blade Liger not only had a shield, but it also had boosters at the same time. But unfortunately, we can't do that in this game. We have to have one or the other, which means I'm going to go with boosters because that's the way I've been doing it throughout the rest of this game. And the shield is really good on the Blade Liger because of its short-range capabilities, but the boosters really benefit the blades because you can get a blade slash in before your enemy can counter with a melee attack because you're going that fast. It also allows you to make another pass on the enemy Zoid faster. Okay, I just went ahead and sold the Command Wolf there and gave the Lightning Sykes to my ally here. I'm going to sell the long-range rifle as well, so we got a little bit more money. So let's buy those boosters. Go ahead and equip those real quick. We don't need to do anything else to the Blade Liger Mirage or the Lightning Sykes now. We're pretty much good for the rest of this tournament. We're not going to buy anything else, pretty much. I'll just have to determine which Zoid I want to use for which fight. Now, some people consider the Blade Liger to be almost too powerful in this game, and I'll be demonstrating why in this fight, hopefully. Yeah, how awesome does that look? And the attack boosters were, now that I have them, I can explain what they are. The attack boosters are basically weapons that were part of the boosters in the anime, but they only really used them in one episode. But they're actually a very good weapon they sort of flip forward like so, and they're a very good weapon for the Blade Liger because they are pretty powerful. when the Blade Liger doesn't have a lot of range attacks, so this is gonna be your go-to range attack. So you kind of have to have attack boosters with Blade Liger in order to use it at a medium to long range efficiently. And as you can see, it's dealing with this Iron Kong pretty easily. But let's see if we can use the blades here. Yeah, that does a lot of damage. The thing that's broken about the blades, though, that people say, is because they have unlimited ammo. And supposedly in the next game in this series that only came out in Japan, the blades had a limited ammo supply, which is not the case in this game, so we can use them infinitely. And we have that underbarrel shotgun. Ooh, a D-Bison over there is shooting at us. But yeah, the attack boosters, they're not actually part of the boosters in this game. They're actually just a weapon. But they also slightly home in on the enemy. As you can see there, it has that sort of missile reticle around the target. That's because it will slightly home in on the enemy if you get enough range on it. It's not very reliable, but it makes it really accurate if you're having a hard time hitting the enemy. Alright, I should be able to easily finish off this D-Bison with the blades. Look at that, it took out like a third of its health with one slash. And the blades just allow me to, or not the blades, the boosters just allow me to make even more passes around. Unfortunately, you can't keep slashing the enemy while it's downed, because that would just be really broken, but... So that's the Blade Liger for you. It's like I said, it's my all-time favorite Zoid. I don't particularly care for this version of it, but I figured this would be a version that's not seen in any of the anime that I'd like to show off, so for sake of originality. We got a decent amount of points for that battle. It was easy enough.